Esther put on her royal robes and waited to see the king. He let her in.
What is it, Queen Esther? Tell me what you want, and you shall have it, even if it's up to half my empire.
If it pleases your majesty, I would like you and Haman to be my guests tonight at a banquet I'm preparing for you.
Haman, come quickly. We're going to Esther's banquet. Tell me what you want, and you shall have it. I shall grant your request, even if you ask for half my empire.
If your majesty is kind enough to grant my request, I would like you and Haman to be my guests tomorrow at another banquet that I will prepare for you. Then I will tell you what I want.
When Haman left Queen Esther's banquet, he was happy and in a good mood. But when he saw Mordecai at the entrance of the palace, and when Mordecai did not rise or show respect as he passed, Haman was furious with him. But he controlled himself and went home. Then he invited his friends to his house and asked his wife to join them. He boasted to them how rich he was, how many sons he had, how the king had promoted him to a high office, and how much more important he was than any of the king's other officials. Haman went on, "What is more, Queen Esther gave a banquet for no one but the king and me, and we are invited back tomorrow. But none of this means a thing to me as long as I see that Jew Mordecai sitting at the entrance of the palace."
Why don't you have a gallows built, 22 metres tall? Tomorrow morning you can ask the king to have Mordecai hanged on it, and then you can go to the banquet happy.
Haman thought this was a good idea, so he had the gallows built. The king could not sleep, so he ordered the official records of the empire to be brought and read to him. The part they read included the account of how Mordecai had helped the king.
How have we honoured and rewarded Mordecai for this?
Nothing has been done for him.
Are any of my officials in this palace?
Now Haman had just entered the courtyard. He had come to ask the king to have Mordecai hanged on the gallows that were now ready. So the servants answered,
Haman is here, waiting to see you.
Show him in.
Haman came in, and the king said to him,
There is someone I wish very much to honour. What should I do for this man?
Now Haman thought to himself, Now who could the king want to honour so much? Me, of course. So he answered the king, Order royal robes to be brought for this man, robes that you yourself wear. Order a royal ornament to be put on your own horse. Then get one of your highest noblemen to dress the man in these robes, and lead him, mounted on the horse, through the city square. Let the nobleman announce as he goes,
See how the king rewards the man he wishes to honour.
Hurry and get the robes and the horse and provide these honours for Mordecai the Jew. Do everything for him that you have suggested. You will find him sitting at the entrance of the palace.
So Haman got the robes and the horse, and he put the robes on Mordecai. Mordecai got on the horse, and Haman led him through the city square, announcing to God's people as they went, See how the king rewards the man he wishes to honour. Mordecai then went back to the palace entrance, while Haman hurried home, covering his face in embarrassment. Haman was then taken to Esther's banquet. So the king and Haman went to eat with Esther for a second time. The king asked her again,
Now, Queen Esther, what do you want? Tell me, and you shall have it. I'll even give you half the empire.
If it please your majesty to grant my humble request, I wish that I may live and that my people may live. My people and I have been sold to be killed. If it were nothing more serious than being slaves, I would have kept quiet. But we're about to be destroyed.
Who dares do such a thing? Where is this man?
Our enemy, our persecutor, is this evil man Haman.
Haman stared at the king and queen in terror. The king got up in fury, left the room, and went outside to the palace gardens. Haman could see that the king was determined to punish him for this, so he stayed behind to beg Queen Esther for his life. He had just thrown himself down on Esther's couch to beg for mercy. When the king came back into the room, he saw this and cried out,
Is this man going to hurt the queen right here in front of me, in my own palace?
The king had no sooner said this than the servants covered Haman's head. Then one of them said,
Haman even went so far as to build some gallows to hang Mordecai, who saved your majesty's life, and the gallows are 22 meters tall.
Hang Haman on it!
So Haman was hanged on the gallows that he had built for Mordecai. Then the king's anger cooled down.